So, what's up, guys? This is Luke here from Team Sweetness, and we're here with the very first Team Sweetness podcast. We're here. Joined with me, we have Deano, we have Ben, and then we have Andy. So, we just start off with just a bit of an introduction to ourselves. I'll start off with myself first. Basically, I've been on Team Sweetness for like 3 years now. I started playing competitively back in 2016, and one of the members, Bill, he actually just invited me in. Basically, nobody else had a say. It was just Bill was like, he's coming onto the team because this guy's pretty cool, and yeah, it makes sense. I've been
self-praise.
Yeah, I have to self-praise myself, man. I have to burp myself up.
Relax, Luke.
Yeah. Favorite decks as well. I'm trying to think what my favorite deck is. Probably, I think everybody knows it's Dinosaurs. I actually did play Heretics though for like the longest time. Heretics was so fun. Master Rule 3 was the best. You just play Heretics and just.
It's your first
Yeah,
deck.
it was. I played.
We've seen you play.
You played Sulkin, and like nobody knew what this card done for like months until Metalfoe started playing it. And they're like, "Oh, this card's actually really good." But yeah. So we'll start.
That's the only time I knew what I did. That's it. I only knew what the Sulkin did after I played Metalfoe.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Set that card and it triggers what? All right.
I used to play the most niche things with it though. I used to play Scrap Iron Scarecrow resets on my opponent's turn, and I get special again. They're like, wait, what?
Man!
And you play.
I remember when I was a good player like that, thinking that was a good card too.
And you play Dust Tornado as well, and you can set a card in your opponent's turn and then trigger as well. And they're like, wait, what? It's crazy.
Oh.
Yeah. So we'll move on, and we'll go to. I think we go to Ben next, the captain of Team Sweetness. Do you want to introduce yourself, Ben?
How's it going? I'm Ben. I'm playing the game. Pretty much since it came out. My mom got me and my brother starter deck. I think I got the starter deck or the joy. I actually can't even remember. But yeah, I got the starter deck. We played for ages, and then I went to my tournament in what was then the Plaza Hotel, where the original TL, his name was, and he was a cool guy. But yeah, at the time, that was when like stuff like Wave Motion Cannon was good, and you had like Morphin Jar, and you had Fiber Jar, and those cards were broken. But yeah.
Oh God, I remember Fiber Jar.
that card.
Oh God, don't even speak that name.
Yeah, man. But like, and since then, I've been like playing on. Like, I've had a couple of like years/months where I didn't play for ages. Like, basically just disappeared off the face of the earth, and then came back, and then disappeared again, and then came. I guess I've been playing competitively. What was like my first win?
Probably last week.
No, we didn't win.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm trying to think like the first like really good deck I played. Like I played so many. Like
you won one of the first CCG events, didn't you?
Yeah, no, but even before that,
here in Dublin, yeah, man.
During Chaos Dragon, Wind Up, Radix. I missed like all of Gladby's. Well, that's
there's actually videos, I'm pretty sure, still on Adam's YouTube channel of you playing. I think it was it Gladby's or Mechanus?
Was it Mechanus? Yeah, actually before that, I even played Monarch like D-Fisher Monarchs with DD Survivor and Macrocosmos when it was at 3. And
DD. That doesn't sound fun at all.
Oh, it doesn't.
It was great crack though, man. DD Survivor.
Yeah, for you, not for everyone else.
See, I think at the time though, people didn't know any better.
Yeah, no, I played that thing. I don't think I actually like ever. Nice to have like Ultimate DD Survivors were pretty cool.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
What's your favorite deck actually been?
Well, the main favorite deck is Gladby's. I still like how.
Yeah.
I guess after that, you could say Monarchs, because I still have like my 3/1 Frogs and most of my Monarch stuff. What other
you got the Summon Obelisk the Tormentor in that Dragon Ruler format, and they couldn't get over it.
Did I do? Oh, I think I did. Yeah, I actually remember that.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I remember that now. That was fucking a class play.
Oh God.
I summoned a nobody as well. Yeah, those would be my two favorite decks, and I guess now kind of Paleo is also like.
You top nationals with Cosmo as well.
Cosmo, Cosmo was like fun. Like that was like, to be honest. Actually, now that you mentioned Cosmo, when I did well, with Cosmo, I actually did expect to do well. Like if anyone ever sees the video in my side deck, I had Twisters and Soul Charge, and I said I had Soul Charges because I played Twin Twisters so I could discard them and then summon them back.
Oh man,
what a combo!
That's pro play logic.
Big brain plays.
I actually pulled it off twice. Like I was like, oh wow.
Oh god.
Okay.
I think you were so probably good with Cosmos is because they don't lose the Mirror Force and you didn't have to worry about it so much.
Oh, stop.
Man, I hate that card, man.
Don't say Mirror Force, man. Don't say Mirror Force and Cosmo in the same deck, man. What happened to Bill, man? He got his Mirror Force sniped. He lost in the finals. Yeah. He had
Chris Gray will be forever burned into the back of his memory.
He had 5 set. I don't know. I think it was 5 or 4 set back row, and 3 of them were bluffs, and one of them was an active Storming Mirror Force, and he was playing Cleedomize, and this would have won him nationals, and Chris blind uses Slip Rider and just randomly picks a back row, and it's the Mirror Force. I'm just like, oh my.
The one card.
Then he wins. Yeah. It's fun.
Farm girl extend handshake.
Yeah.
I guess. Oh, by the way, I'm actually one of. I guess you could say the founding
member. Yeah.
You and
Adam. Yeah.
Yeah, me, Bill, and Adam. So I think when we made the team, it was actually more of a joke. The name itself was actually a joke.
Yeah.
And we just kind of stuck with it because it was actually funny and like people kept saying it all the time. So
people don't notice there's an XD in there, and that had to be in the logo because XD is like a big trademark for Team Sweetness.
It's on the
we still actually use XD in our chats, by the way. Yeah. we're not even that old. We just use it as a joke. Deano's old, but, like,
if you think that we're from the days before like proper emojis where you would actually just type XD,
you put a semicolon and a capital L and you expect the laughing emoji to come up, but it just doesn't happen anymore.
Like one of the guys in our group.
No, small X, capital D.
One of the guys in our group chat, his actual name is XD because he used to type it so much.
Yeah.
Is that Andy?
Yeah, of course it is. Okay, speaking of Andys, we will move on to the other Andy in the chat. Do you want to introduce yourself, Andy?
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
What's the start here, lads? Yeah, so I've been playing since, the very, very start. So I think I would have been, 12 or 13? 13? Was it 2003? The game got dropped in Ireland?
I made my communion when I got dropped. I was 8.
Be about 13. I'm pretty sure it was 2003, 2004, in around then anyway. And myself and a Yu-Gi-Oh player that can't get in as much as he used to be able to because now he's a dad.
Mm-hmm.
But myself and Stephen, and I remember we had just spent pretty much all our money on crap. I can't even remember what we bought. But as we were at the till and paying up, we realised, hang on a minute, is that actual Yu-Gi-Oh cards now? Bit of backstory beforehand, we used to collect Pokemon cards. We used to scrape off energy cards and draw our own Yu-Gi-Oh cards based on what we had seen on the show and play our own small, like 20 card or 15 card decks based on cards that we made ourselves. So when we seen these are actual Yu-Gi-Oh cards. The starter deck Yu-Gi, starter deck Hobby, we were like, we have to get this shit. And big shout out to Steve Daly's dad for paying and picking us up a starter deck each and a pack of Legend of Blue Eyes each as well, which I think was the only booster set at the time.
Yeah, that was the only booster.
There was no other boosters, just literally them. There was no starter deck Joey or Pegasus yet. It was literally just Yugi, Kaiba, LOB. And very first pack, I pull, what was it, Goblin's Secret Remedy or something shit like that. And Steve Daly, of course, randomly pulls a Trihorn Dragon, first edition.
Very nice. My actually first pull.
Yeah, great way to start.
My first pull on LLB pack was a Gaia the First Night Ultra Rare. It was pretty good.
That's pretty good pull, yeah. It's pretty
Sorry,
decent.
go on ahead.
But we were like, no, there has to be something wrong. This is LOB 000. Like that's not supposed to be. That must be a super awesome card. And we are like, but the attack is pretty shit compared to Blue Eyes.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that led us to like more interest. And as time went on, we were buying packs and noticed, hang on a minute, there was magic rulers, and then slowly changed to spell rulers. But at first, I do remember buying the magic ruler packs. What else? Pharaoh's Servant, Labyrinth and Nightmare, like all the old school sets before IOC. But when IOC dropped, that's when I really started playing competitively. And I played in the same tournaments as Ben. But I don't actually remember you, Ben, at all.
I'm a BLS man, IOC.
Yeah, man. But at the time, I was literally playing a mishmash of like Gaia Power and Goblin Attack Forces and just big beaters. So just beat down.
That deck was actually good.
Yeah, it was pretty decent. Like that with Skill Drain, like Skill Drain was at 3, so the Goblin Attack Force. Yeah, but like I don't even think I played the Skill Drain, to be honest with you.
And with what?
But
Berserk Gorilla, yeah, man.
Berserk Gorilla, yeah. James Broderick.
They used to play that card as like the Koichi, but it was a big version of it, and then like
what was it called? The Fusilier Dragon. It was 2800, and you could normal
like
summon
Barbaros, but
yeah, basically like Barbaros, but
on a Skill Drain,
200 less.
Wasn't that like that actually ended up being tech later on as in like an Eradicator target or something?
Yeah, it was,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think I picked them up.
But yeah, so anyway, like the interest grew. I started winning games. Being young, obviously, it got me more interested. So I was getting more and more pocket money, just delving into the game and trading my way up. Eventually managed to pull together a full Chaos Control deck and actually started topping some of the tournaments. And then time went on and the ban list dropped. And that was a big hit because being at that age and having such little money, all the cards like Yatagarasu, Blackluster Soldier, Chaos Emperor Dragon, Delinquent Duo, Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity. I mean, there was so many hits in the one list. It was ridiculous. And I just went, nah, I'm not playing this anymore. But yeah, so I put the cards down. Now, kept the cards. I didn't cash out. I kept all the cards because I figured, right, they're banned. They're not going to be worth money. So just kept them aside. And every now and again, I'd find myself just looking at them or halving the deck and playing one deck against the other type of thing. Obviously, you're biased to one side, whichever side gets the BLS or whatever. But yeah, so I think it was about 2014 when Steve Daly had found Gamers World, and he was like, "Here, man, if like I've seen people playing Yu-Gi-Oh down here, there's all these random new cool cards. You should drop down and maybe cash out, or if you want to pick up a few packs or whatever." I was like, "Oh, I think I'll just go and cash out." That was a bad idea because as soon as I walked into Gamers World, I was roped straight back into the game.
Man, I remember.
It was like drugs, man.
I remember that day.
And I think I was the very first person that walked up when I had the deck out because I just sat down and picked up, like, had my cards out with Steve Daly. And Paddy walked up to me and he goes, "Oh, do you want to play for cards?" And I was like, right, this guy obviously thinks I'm a fucking idiot because I haven't played in so many years. My cards, I know, are not going to be good enough to be able to compete with whatever he has. So I said to him, yeah, sure, I'll play for cards. I'll play my deck against your deck. And he was like, yeah, that's fair. Like, you have a lot of old stuff. I was like, but I get to set the conditions in a match. And he's, yeah, that's fine. I was like, right, okay. So I'm going to play with your deck and you're going to play with mine. And his face dropped. He did not know what to say. And I was like, yeah, man, do you think I'm an idiot? Are you fucking kidding me? So anyway, let me see his deck, and I was flicking through, and I was like, full power Dragon Rulers, and I was like, yeah, man, I'm not a fucking idiot. I knew this shit, my shit wouldn't be able to beat it. But I think a friend of mine that only lives down the road, I had remembered from him back playing, he might actually have some of his old cards. So text him anyway, and he had Gravekeepers. So I was like, right, well, maybe that might be competitive because they all seem to summon and banish from the grave and stuff. Like Necro Valley seems pretty decent, so I picked that up and started playing, and slowly but surely got roped into the game again. I think the first meta deck I played was Giragia.
Oh man,
I remember that.
Yeah, Giragia.
Was Necro Valley actually good?
I did actually play.
So I wasn't around for that.
Yeah, well, like I topped nationals in 2014. The first year I came back, I had Gravekeepers, and I came 28th. out of, I think there was 116 players. Pretty sure Deano topped that.
Yeah, that was the one I top of Firefist.
Yeah, you were playing Firefist. Yeah. So like Marmail and like there was a lot of like, I suppose Marmail not so much really, but like there was other decks that did interact with the Grave. Like Georgia had what was it, Deano? That's someone from Grave, Mark 1 or whatever.
Yeah.
I
There
can't.
was a wolf bar kind of one, wasn't there, on someone, I think, or like a
Yeah, the little level 3 guy.
Mm.
And then I think Accelerator added one from Grave when he was sent from the
Destroyed.
field or something like that. Man, yeah, it's been that long, I can't even
What
remember.
would be our favourite deck out of
But yeah, then
all I remember
I
about
gradually
that deck
progressed to
is-
Necros. Necros was probably my favourite. Like Gravekeepers will always have a place in my heart. I have the Max Rarity sitting here in the deck box that's never going anywhere. But Necros, man, I love that deck.
That's fair.
That was my first proper nationals top 8 in 2015 with Necros. I picked it up, I think, on the Thursday off Ian Murray, and then played the nationals on Saturday with the deck.
Jesus.
I got like half a day of testing. We tested at UCD playing a few mess games. For anybody who knows the old UCD tournaments, it was pretty much all the best Irish players at the time
Wait,
would play out there.
what was I playing in that match? I don't know what I was playing though.
All right, so we get on to the last person in the chat as well. We get on to Deano. Would you like to say hello?
What? What's up? Geez, I started when the Yugi Starter decks came out like years ago. I remember I used to play with my cousin. We didn't even play the proper rules. We actually just like summoned like the Dark Magician straight out. I don't even think we read the cards.
With no monsters left on the field.
Like,
Yeah, I think we play with them rules as well. Me and Steve with the
like,
starter decks.
And anybody that knows me now would know that this is completely like blasphemy. Is that I didn't even know what a Yu-Gi-Oh card sleeve was, so my cards were probably in bits.
Oh god!
Which is not now, obviously, because I'm like triple sleeving. No, I used to play.
He still loses sleep about his original starter deck, by the way.
Yeah. No, and then I think I just kind of got competitive. I actually remember that I used to go to Kenny's locals in that hotel. I think it was down the bottom near Pierce Street.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I remember I kind of used to talk to Bill the odd time, and then I moved down the country and I stopped playing. But when I came back up, Bill came into the job, and I remember him like looking at clothes or whatever, and I was like, "Do you still play Yu-Gi-Oh?" And I added him on Facebook, and then I popped in. That's when they were playing in Costa again, and I started playing properly. Then when Chaos Dragons were out, I kind of just bought 3 structure decks. Then kind of went on to Light Sworn, so that was kind of the thing that I played then, and then I fell in love with Heroes actually, and Stratos. That was like the best card ever. Man, I love that card.
It's finally back as well.
Yeah,
I
I
might
know,
actually
but
come back to
now,
more than one as well, though.
yeah, I think I'll definitely come back to more than one. But I remember like opening Stratos Reborn was like the tits, and like Heavy Storm, Stratos Reborn. I think I actually won a box one time at locals just because I remember playing against this Infernity player, and he like set 5 back row, and I literally just opened up like Stratos and Stratos and Heavy Storm twice, and he was just like so salty. It was like
Stratos is its own Heavy Storm.
Heavy Storm will do that, like.
Oh, it was legit, man.
Will do that to you.
Yeah, like I think. Oh man, he was so angry. It was oh god, it was so good. But
what's your favorite deck?
My favorite deck would be Heroes. Like Bumblebee was what I really loved to play, and then I fell in love with Firefist, the 3-axis version. And then like I played kind of a mixture of everything. I never really invested in decks when they were at their like most expensive, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's potential.
I always
Except Sky Striker.
Yeah, well, Sky Striker. Well, that's because my girlfriend bought me a box, and like I just happened to pull like.
And then you bought how many other boxes was it? Deano? 3 boxes.
3 boxes. Hey, that was a good month in the
Yeah.
job. Do you know what I mean? But I got the full deck. But no, I think the first like proper deck was when I played. I actually played Shadal's. When the Cross were kind of a lot bigger. When Shadal's were playing Mistake and stuff like that. After that fella in Euros, that I think he was from Jerusalem or something. I don't know where the fuck he's from.
He won with BA, didn't he?
Yeah. No, he won with
He won
Shadal.
with
Oh,
Shadal's
Shadal's, was it?
mistake. Yeah, he just
He flipped mistake.
That was it. Like that just shuts
Yeah,
down
man.
that.
It was a good card.
I actually
Yeah.
remember. Yeah, on stream. Yeah, man. I actually remember.
Yeah, man, that was class.
Did nobody even
And
like
then,
even think of that card, or did everybody know mistake was a good card?
We did. You just had to draw the
okay.
out. Like your entire deck just searched itself.
Yeah, I think yeah, that mistake was just it's the floodgates, man.
Yeah, it was pretty bow out. Like
It's even the same now. All the floodgates are ridiculous. Yeah, and I think that's really it. Then, to be honest with you, I just continued to play, and then I quit. Then actually for about 2 years. And I sold all my stuff to Andy.
yeah, boy.
Yeah,
Slowly
that was all.
dropping.
That was a quick
Now it's back
offload.
to them.
Yeah, and then look, you don't really quit forever, though. You know, I even remember you saying that to me.
No,
Andy, you were like,
you can't get away.
yeah, you were just like, oh, you can't quit the game. I was like, no, I'm out. I am. And then it was just like, yeah, have anybody got any? It's in like when I played ABC, I remember I played ABC in Liverpool, and I made day 2. It was actually pretty good. The anti-spell was pretty good, and that kind of like carried me through so much. And then when I started to play back again, I picked up ABC and I played ABC for a little while, and then I just kind of just evolved into what I play kind of now, which is like
I completely forgot about ABC. I want to change my answer from Necros to ABC. that deck will always have a special place in my heart.
Ben, I have to mention that
No, this is bad.
so me and Ben were prepared. Was it for Euros? Or was it YCS?
Was it YCS or Euros?
I think it was. I don't. Yeah, I think it was YCS Bochum. I think.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Yeah,
YCS Bochum. But yeah. So me and
the old deck chairs.
Oh, that was.
Or the lawn chairs.
They expected. They got 500 more people than expected, so they had to put tables all over the place. It was a bit mad. But yeah, so me and Ben had this solid ABC list, which was like one of the most consistent builds and was great. Like you played 3 Hornetrons, you didn't even need to play Engage because it was that good. You played the gadgets and you played everything, and then all of a sudden we see like Ben invests. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get all these cards, get the Ibli and all." Ibli combo was just no. You could just get Goblin and then you can extra normal summon and just completely make it an unbreakable board.
Oh, Goblin was stupid in that deck.
Yeah, we both invested a bit of money into it. And we're like, oh, we got all these cards for the deck. And then we get ready and we prepare for Euros. And then I think it was 3 days before the event, the ban list comes out. And a Assault Core just magically goes to 1. And we were like,
oh my God,
well,
man.
Okay. Guess we can't play this deck anymore.
That was the list where Fireball went to 1,
Yeah.
wasn't
My
it?
hand literally.
Where it should have just got banned immediately.
Yeah, it's because Summon Sorcerers was coming out and you couldn't do the Cannon Soldier FTK. And instead of banning Cannon Soldier, they just put A to 1. And I remember ringing Ben and I was like, this ban list came out at like 3 in the morning, I think, as well. I think it was this one. But yeah, I remember ringing Ben.
I think
No. We were all in gamers when that one dropped.
I think Firewall was still at 1 when A went to, and when they banned Firewall, then they brought A back to 3.
Yeah. So it was a Firewall loop with Cannon Soldier.
That was it. That was the same list where Dark Destroyer went back to 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I was telling him.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that dropped in gamers.
I was like, guess we need to change up the game plan now because things have changed.
Well, here, look, at least Konami actually did something right and actually brought a card back that did nothing. Like, because they could have easily left A ban.
A didn't deserve anything, man. Like
it
close
didn't.
to shedding tears.
Like Hornetrons to 1 was fine. Like we could still possibly play the deck, but no, man. Like it completely butchered the deck by putting A to 1. Like you literally just could not play it. Like ABC.
Someone still topped that though with ABC, didn't they? Your man Calvin, was it?
Calvin DeHaan, man. He was like, he played ABC like for the
yeah. I'm pretty sure he played it anyway. With
he played the Union Scramble just to get them back in case you got rid of the
A.
It's something crazy. But yeah,
that card's nuts. Like that's so underrated. That's basically like a return from the DD. Like seriously, like flipping that in 3 pieces
for 3.
But the best thing now is the synergy with the Sky Strikers and the ABCs. You're like, tag out Buster and then chain Widow Anchor and take your monster. Then after that resolves,
so the super secret enemy
I'm
controllers.
going to take an enemy controller, trip you a monster, and take your other monster. Shout outs to
I think
Dylan.
Buster. I
I've
think
continued to be
Dylan.
able to get the Buster
Oh, you
Dragon.
did that to Dylan. You took all the stuff.
Oh god, yeah,
That was at the Northern Irish Open, wasn't it?
that was brilliant. I can't believe I topped that with that.
I don't think anybody's ever lost after resolving a successful Buster tag out with an equip at the end of it.
Oh man,
To be
I
fair.
remember playing going second ABC. That's where I.
Oh, and the context of like how you talk with the ABC was so funny.
Turn, and then you just made
The first,
and it was
the little fucking kid.
No,
What
not
was
the
his
kid.
name?
No. I'm saying is like why you decided to play ABC.
Oh, the last
Yeah.
minute. What was I actually gonna play? What was I playing?
Salmon
Salad.
Grapes, yeah.
Yeah, and just
I
fuck it. Yeah, let's just play
Yeah.
ABC.
We're like, oh, I don't know what last.
And as well, I had only the week before sold my engages, widow anchors, and
Yeah.
shit to Nick, and then he kindly loaned them back to me for the event.
what a nice guy, man. Nick's a
Yeah.
nice guy.
Yeah, man. Shout outs to
Yeah.
Nick.
So, Nationals has just passed, and so has Euros. Nationals was not a great experience for me, sadly, because I had, I think, well, you had more testing than I did. I literally had 1 day of testing, and I jumbled all this dangerous together with dinosaurs and thunder dragons, and it was a weird mix of everything. And I thought it'd be a good combo deck, but yeah, in theory, but not in the actual process.
Yeah, man. Playing in nationals, like literally, I've never done so. I've done testing like a good bit, but this for nationals, I was like, I'm testing, and then literally, the decks I lost or drew with, they all played mine like that. Like I just couldn't believe it. Like I was like 3 mind decks.
Yeah.
Why? Like what? This man. It was.
Yeah, Mystic Mine Born like was the worst, I'd say, for like because you literally like you could out the mine, but you
like
no Sky Striker Mystic Mine,
yeah,
man.
okay.
That's what knocked me out of the Top Gun, man.
I suppose.
That shit was just hard to do because the deck is just hard to deal with anyway.
Yeah, I don't like that deck at all, man. Thankfully at Nats I didn't come across that, but just that locals, it's just so annoying.
But
you had a stressful day as well, man. You bubbled all day.
So you lost the first 3 rounds, was it?
The first 2 rounds, and I lost the time on round. Like I didn't even lose the actual decks. I just lost the people playing slow. The first fella didn't play that slow, but it was just my Bailings got fog bladed, so he couldn't attack me and I couldn't attack with it. And he had Phantasma in hand, so I couldn't link because he'd trigger it. So I kind of had to try to slow ball him, but then it just went into time. But no, the second fella, stop. He was playing in Fairnoids, and he's literally like he asked the ruling on Call by the Grave. Like Call by the Grave is probably the most like overused like spell card at the moment, and he calls the judge over, and then 20 seconds left, he's like, Ballface? I'm like, I literally looked at him and he was like, what? I actually went red. Like, you all know me. I have the patience of a saint when it comes to shit. Like, but like, man, I just lost my shit at him. And he was like, I wasn't slow playing. And I was like, yeah, no, yeah, you're just playing slow. Like, seriously.
He just kept over.
Yeah. I faced him round 1, right? My hand was absolute like ass, and I opened because I whatever way my deck was pile shuffled, I still drew everything. I drew a lower Call by the Grave, and I was like, yeah, it's like a lower Call by the Grave, and he goes void. He flips Void Feast and special summons double Decatron. And some other monster.
But anyways, the little level 4.
Yeah, he was like, this one stops monster effects. This one stops spells and traps. He normal summoned a Decatron before that actually on his turn, and then set the Void Feast. So he had 3 Decatrons. And I was like, okay. I was like, which one has monster negates? He's like, these 2. Like, this one has a spell and trap negate. I was like, okay, grand. And I was like, activate a lure, and he's like, I'll negate that. And I was like, okay, I'll Call by the Grave, whatever negates his spells and trap. And he was like, oh, okay. And then I summon a monster, and he's like, I summon over after I'm like effect, and he's like, negate with Decatron. I'm like, chain Cobble Grave and whatever negates monster effects. And he's like, chain my. He was like, okay, sure. And I used another effect, and he's like, negate. I'm like, Cobble. I was like, it's like Cobble Grave Decatron. And he's like, oh god, okay. So like all of his stuff was like completely shut off.
Yeah, man. It's
I
a good
think
thing it says original name. Otherwise, because like when I used it, he was like, no, you can't use. I was like,
Yeah.
no. Otherwise, I'll be like, wow, this guy's gonna beat me.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Man, I played against this guy at Nats, right? And he was playing Pendulum. And Call by the Grave actually was so good in this instance because he had like his full board in the gates. He had like Dweller, he had the Heretic thing, and then he had like Vortex. And I think I like summoned the guy, and he was like, oh, I'll use Heavenly Sphere and I'll tag out. And I'm just like, Call by the Grave. And he's just like, oh, Vortex. I'm like, oh, I'll just Call by the Grave again. It's like, yeah, you can kiss my ass. But then I literally thought I was going to lose anyway because he still had Dweller, and Dweller like really sucked. And then I think I ended up just making a Hida and special summon in his Electromite or something like that, just so I wouldn't die. And then for some crazy reason, he goes into like he doesn't even activate his Dweller when it goes back to him. He Pendulum summons for like 4, and I'm like, oh here, like he's just gonna attack, like because he has like Jackal King and all these big monsters. He goes into Boral Sword. With nothing to put to defense mode, just the proper flex on me, and I was like,
oh man,
he didn't even use the Dweller.
And did he have like blonde hair, kind of?
No, he was a country lad. He was, and then he attacks right over my Hida, and he's like, I'm like effect, and he's just like, what's that do? I was like, oh.
And then he
just gets me the game.
Yeah, we were watching
I got Gazelle basically, and I was like, and he didn't even use the Dweller, like but like I don't know. That's why I think sometimes anybody who can play pendulums can just pendulum.
What's funny
like,
was if you used the Dweller and then made Boral, probably would.
Yeah, then I would have been like, oh, he's onto something here. Like he clearly knows how to lock me out. But he didn't. He just literally just attacked and gave me a freak out.
That's fair. So I think 3 of you in this got top 32. Didn't you? Ben, did you get top 32, Ben?
Did I get top 32?
Where'd you finish?
I finished just over 64th. I was like 65th or something.
I think I finished like 8.
Well, like what was it?
160? Yeah, it was like 100 up.
160.
There's 100 people below me, anyways.
Yeah, so well, not bad.
Yeah, one day testing, but yeah. Anyways, Deano, you finished. Yeah.
20.
That's bullshit. I don't know when Necros with one day. It's fine. It can be done.
I finished 20th, and that was because I had to I literally won every round after losing the first 2 time. I was on table 10 at the last round, and then I wasn't just because the people who I beat that like after losing on time, that was like 1 or 2 guys. They were absolute trash, so they probably dropped or something. So my tiebreakers wasn't great. So
poor Dylan, he finished 17th.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Not as bad as Dylan though. Fucking 17th.
That's bad. It's his first nationals as well. That's his first nationals.
Yeah,
horrible.
That was good though. 17th is good, man.
To be fair, I think top 32 in that event would have been good anyway, because it was like what, like 100.
Yeah, it's a big event
or something like.
Euros was a bit of a horrible experience.
Yeah.
Man, I thought I was gonna go the distance. I really did.
I had to wake you up on day 2 and get you out.
That's it. I didn't wake up
and drag you to the venue, and you had
made it with like 1.5 minutes to go, and the salt pouring out of the guy. He was like, "Judge, I win game 1. Yes, I win." And I was like, "Relax, pal. He has it wrote there in the slip. Can you not read?"
Yeah. I looked at I literally looked for where you were sitting. I was like, "Oh, okay, you're sitting down." I looked at the clock and it's like 30.
Oh man, I was in like the furthest part.
40 seconds.
Stupidly wore fucking flip flops as well, so I couldn't even run properly.
Man, don't flag the flip flops. Flip flops are legit.
Yeah, they were.
No, it was deadly. It was like lovely and warm. It was so warm over there. Like I would have been dead.
If anybody ever sees the pictures of us in Euros, the
legendary fisherman.
Yeah. So the dress up was basically Bugga had some flip flops. That was like the attire to
win. It was like you were all going to like a fucking a little gay version of Longitude or something.
Mine had fucking googly eyes on it.
But yeah, no, it was good. It was good. The heat was horrible.
It was tiring. It was a long
I think it was like
day.
36
Holy
degrees on a
shit.
Saturday, which was like the main event day, and we were all inside for it, which was okay.
It was warm on Saturday. Like
It was
literally going home at like 8 o'clock. Like it was still like
31 degrees, I think it was, for like the whole night.
Yeah, sure. Remember 1 o'clock
Yeah.
in the morning? It was still in the 30s.
That was
mad. Like yeah,
That was like I don't know how we even stayed awake that long after.
Yeah. Yeah. I just rolled in day 2. I didn't make day 2, but I went in and just seen the event and done like winning mats and done all the small events with Keane. Wasn't too bad though. Poor Keane though. Keane got like kind of screwed over by time by someone. Like it's not technically cheating, but the way it happened was kind of really.
Oh, he got screwed over like a few times by time.
Yeah, but
didn't
he there was like 30 seconds on the clock and a 2-minute time extension when there's only 30 seconds left of the game, like by a judge. But what can you do? They're a bigger hierarchy than you, so you can't really say much.
I think that's the kind of thing like you have to prepare for now and like big events. Like you actually have to prepare for.
Yeah.
Or like people might slow play or whatever, but you still had like the 5 turns, so it'll be a question of who gets the 3 turns as opposed to 2 turns. Now it's just kind of.
Yeah, there was people saying like they should have time where like both players, so whoever's current turn it is, they finish their turn and then their opponent has a turn. They have a final turn and then that's it.
Yeah, I'd say
that would be.
See, I think the whole thing is to like not have the whole hour waiting around in between rounds. Yeah. But to be honest with you, like it's still like saving 20 minutes.
No, it saves a lot more with the 5 rounds because I remember 2 hours.
Depending on how big the event is. No. I mean, locals and regionals and stuff.
2017
like in Ireland, we're not getting the big numbers.
We were 2 hours into time.
You're just gonna say.
Oh yeah, that was ridiculous.
We were there till like 11 o'clock, was it?
Yeah.
11?
Yeah. Oh, 11 o'clock at
night. Even
at
Bochum as well.
Poor Sarah. Sarah actually bubbled that whole event right to the last round, and then she was so tired. And even the opponent was like, the 2 of them were just misplaying all over the place. But it turned into be one of those epic battles where everyone was standing around going, "Come on!" And like the 2 of them was just who can misplay the least and come out on top.
I remember playing Bochum though. I played Dinosaurs, and I literally steamrolled almost all my opponents. And like my matches were over in like 15 minutes, and I'd be waiting like, oh, I guess I gotta wait for like an hour and a half now next round. It's great, but it was horrible.
Get a good chill.
But yeah, even in that event, because the day was so long, I was X2 going into round 9, and I would have made day 2, and everybody's like, yeah, we're going. I'm like, yeah, I'm going as well. I'm not going to play the last round. I'm too tired. No way. They're like, wait, what? I was like, you're X2. I'm like, yeah, well, I'd much rather sleep. I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for like 13 hours straight, and I'd rather sleep. It's just right.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know how like some people do it like for long events where they go in and they can play like 12, 13 hours.
But you get really sick from it.
Stay.
Yeah, man, I get bad headaches.
It's the lack of food.
Man. I'd have had to. One of the times I had to take the Aura light before I fucking like started, just so I wouldn't fucking dehydrate. Like seriously,
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. Actually,
it's actually really good. I didn't have a headache at all. Like,
yeah, but still, like the dehydration is still a thing. Like, you really need to like bring like I brought a 2 liter of water with me to day 1 of Euros just because I was like, okay, I'm gonna need to, and also the heat was really bad, so kind of.
Sure, I drank 6 bottles of water, and for anyone who knows me, I never drink water.
It's always Monster.
Fuel Monster.
Yeah,
Shout
exactly.
Monster for the sponsors.
I mean, like that'll go to show. Someday maybe.
Yeah, that was Euros for us. It was crazy. There was.
Yeah, it was an experience.
He's the only top that event.
Like I could just never forget opponent. Round 1, game 3. Like I'm playing Solomon Greats, playing Draco. I let him go second because he's playing Draco, so Tops would like destroy me. So I let him go second. He's saying was there, and like all the Salaman great stuff. Fine. A normal summon. I think he had like 3 back row face down and 1 through Draco trap.
Hmm.
And I was doing my thing. He flipped up. I twinned the summon limit, and if he has another summon limit, I'm fine. I hit it. Seconds.
Yeah.
And I get to play. And then he's like, resolve. I was like, okay. And he flipped the third summon, and I was like, well, I mean, like, you know. And that was round 1. I was like, this. Yeah.
You're the Harry, you don't.
I mean, literally setting the tone for the whole day for
Yeah.
you.
I remember trying to check a chat, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm in the apartment." I'm like, "What?"
Oh man.
Oh yeah, you just kind of disappeared
Yeah,
after like what, round 5?
Yeah, X3 dropped like so fast. I've never had that happen, and
Yeah, it feels bad.
variance is such a killer sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
oh man.
Do you think anything that was played there needs to be hit on the ban list?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Well, I think mine should at least be hit some way.
Yeah,
that card is just
Oh, that access to it, the metaverse thing is kind of
it doesn't advance the gameplay. Yeah, I agree with the access. I would
like if
say
you terraform
maybe
it, it's not too
metaverse.
bad because like you can't activate it on your first turn.
it's the metaverse is a lot worse than because you just flip that, and if you don't have Ash, a lot of the time you just are stuck.
That's it. You're just catching your opponent with their pants down. They can't do
That's
anything.
game 1 as
Like
well.
I was playing at locals there on Thursday, and I was like, I was playing Orcas, and I went full ham, like set up my proper board, and then I think like by turn 2, he baited out my crescendo, and then he was just like, "Oh, I'll just activate mine." And I'm like, I just scoop because I'm like, I don't have any out in my deck to that shit. Like seriously,
card.
like it's
not quite
stupid.
playing like a 20-minute game.
You're not playing Cyclone, no?
No, look, I man, Luke, you see my build of like
Skipper.
Orcus, man. I was playing like fucking mud skipper and all, and like sign it mining and all to add it to your hand and all of that. Well, actually did really well though, to be fair.
Mud skipper's funny.
Like, mud skipper. I played drag down to the grave. I was playing against Vlad, and I dragged down his, because all my cards wanted to be in the grave anyway. I dragged down his gamma, and then he drew a gamma off of it, which was just so random.
That's fair.
Oh man, Gamma, don't even get me started on that.
So do you think mine should be like just straight up banned or go to 1?
No,
I think it could go to 1. I think it could go to 1.
Got a 1, yeah. I agree with that. Even 2, to be honest, if Metaverse got hit.
No, because it's like.
Well, I suppose they could leave it alone if Metaverse got outright banned, which I couldn't see happening. But let's say it did, they'd probably leave it at 3.
Or even to 1. I think 1 is fine because you can't trap trick it. You can't just get.
Yeah. I suppose that's a big factor in it.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Because then you're essentially playing like.
No, Konami, they probably would do that. They probably.
Yeah, just put it to 1.
Okay, we're hitting a card that searches it for free, so now you have to hard draw it. But like decks still play 2 terraforming, so it won't really solve the problem. But it's a Konami thing. They'll do.
Maybe. Actually, who knows?
It could be like what he did in the OCG. Like, I think if what he did in the OCG, I honestly think if the ban list over here follows OCG, I don't think I'd be disappointed, to be honest.
Yeah, but they banned Mermaid though.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind because, like, honestly.
Yeah, I'd be happy with a Mermaid getting banned.
It's not the thing though, but Mermaid wasn't powerful until Orcus Nightmare came out. Banned that instead.
Nah, you can't ban like Orcus Nightmare.
Yeah, but
I mean, but like if you draw Orcus Nightmare, it does nothing.
Doesn't matter. You can discard it and special another one.
But that's not how Konami looks at it at the game. They're going to be looking like, right, this is a card that anybody can get to as long as they put 2 monsters on the field and they have full combo. Yeah. Then they could leave the likes of Bardiche alone if Mermaid got banned.
Well, definitely, and not only that as well. Like, you see, Isolde becomes another Mermaid anyway. Because I was testing like a Dark Warrior Orcus, and if you're able to if you resolve Isolde and you send the equips in special Armageddon Knight, then you end up in the exact same scenario. So two warriors ends up being basically your
Yeah, you
two
just,
monsters.
you just send the
I
nightmare.
think people would be okay with that though, because then that deck has to play the equip spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they
Like I
and
think that's a drawback of it. So like I'd be
You
happy
probably
with
won't
that.
play Eagle Boosters either. And then like you could just hit
Yeah,
things
yeah,
all
yeah.
and you're like, okay.
Yeah,
Sucks.
it doesn't become where you can a way to just get any two monsters on the field and then you
Yeah.
have a full combo. Like,
And you can't play around and chain block with Assault because it's not you have to activate it yourself, like it's not on summon,
Yeah,
you know? Like there's no chain block.
so just spell speed
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, it's if you are playing a Goki version, I guess you could, but yeah, well, you could interrupt the search, I
That's
guess.
the
But
thing.
yeah,
You play a lot
it's
less, a
definitely
lot more
fact,
bricks
yeah.
though with the Assault as opposed to the
Yeah,
Melee.
most definitely, yeah.
What about Danger Thunder Dragon? Colossus
I
maybe?
think I put that on the Facebook. I just think you ban Levin. Put
Ban
Sage.
Leviner, yeah.
Levioner, yeah.
Levioner, yeah.
No, like I'd say they could leave that
That
at
card's
one
not
man.
fair. Like you can just add it off like Melody. You can search the card, or you can add it off Brotor. It's just a free card that
yeah, and
shuffles away.
you can summon it more than once. Like,
Yeah, you can summon it more than once. That's crazy.
there's
Like
only once, but like you
That's why I'm saying
the
put it to one.
non-targeting popping as well. It's like Moraltak, but twice as powerful as Moraltak. And Moraltak's hard to summon, and this card is just
Yeah.
free. It's like banish, summon. It's like Dark Arm Dragon.
Yeah, but
Pop.
it requires setting up and
Well,
stuff.
the
Like,
thing
I
is,
don't know,
right?
man. Like,
Look at
because
Dark
you
Arm
see,
Dragon.
I really think Elfie is
Well,
gonna get
look
hit.
at Dark Arm
I
Dragon
really
now,
do.
right? Dark Arm
They
Dragon's
should.
out.
Adding summons from the deck should generally be hit. Like,
But when you think about it, right?
Exactly. That's
Dark Arm Dragon
you
is
know.
at one, still at one in the ban list, and you need to have 3 darks in your graveyard. If you can't have any more, you can't have any less. And this card is like summon and then banish 1 as a cost, and then target and then destroy. Like there's so many interruptions in between that. This one is just like summon, no response, I'm not targeting because I'm just gonna blow up these 2 cards. It's crazy, like.
Yeah, but hear my logic. If Elfie gets banned, then you have to hard draw it or search it
All of
on
the
Melody,
card
which
dragons
you have to
become
hard draw
irrelevant then,
that.
though, if Elfie gets banned.
have Saryuja trick.
Yeah, but then you gotta mix it up and play the deck differently.
But by that logic,
which is very
It's
doable.
from
But then again,
it's
if
promoting like people to come up with new strategies.
you could honestly just ban Argupaint as well. If you just ban that.
No,
I guess-
Agapain is not the problem. I think Elfie's the problem because you can special
Oh
like
yeah,
darkness.
I don't think Argupaint needs to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that summons like fucking monsters that you have to normally invest resources.
Yeah,
in,
but
like.
The thing is, right? If you
It's only
summon a monster,
one
if
interruption.
you summon a monster, right, and then summon an LP, and then you have 2 monsters on board, and you activate LP's effect, and you special summon Darkness Metal, and then special back another dragon, you have a free Saryuja and draw on 4 cards.
They could ban Darkness.
That's
Metal,
another
to be
card
fair.
I think needs a bit of curbing
Yeah,
as
so
well.
it needs to go to 1 or banned, 1 or 0. Like,
Yeah,
cards just
Which-
not fair.
I'd like to think it's gonna go to 1, but I could see it getting
For the
banned.
fact it's not once,
card
it's not
is
once per
ridiculous.
turn either. Like it's just crazy.
And it's generic.
Yeah,
What needs to get banned?
Saryuja,
And the arrows are so good.
and you get the free special summon from your hand. Like,
Man, that card should have been
Yeah, like I mean, the card is all round, just
a long
top notch.
like that. Literally should have been hit a long time.
yeah, they should have hit on the last ban list.
I just think it was shadowed by like Firewall, Gunblar, and all them other cards.
Yeah, they were problematic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's when I saw that card was a tenner, I picked up a lot of them because
Yeah.
that card was so good. I remember reading it, going, "Why is this card not more than €10?"
Yeah,
Yeah, just
And then
just
even
them
with the
shadowed.
tin print, I think the tin print now is 15.
yeah, Saryuja.
Yeah, I think I actually played him in ABC like when
Oh yeah, man, I played
Yeah,
two.
you used to go into 2.
for free. Like it's and then you get your ABC effects. Like
Yeah, you just use A, B, and C in a gadget just for Saryuja.
Or an Ibly as well, just to like have the final
Yeah.
block, stop that ash.
Crazy. But yeah, I think Sky Strikers need to be also kind of nerfed. I think they got away
I
with
think
too
if
much
you
right
hit
now.
them, if you hit mine,
Yeah, maybe multi-roll.
I think the general consensus is multi-roll to
Spellbook
Yeah.
and Judgment
I
is
think
still
a
banned
lot
for
of
a
players want to see the end of that deck.
reason.
I don't really mind the
I mean,
deck. to
it
be
is
honest
getting
with you.
a lot of stuff is getting reprinted.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, they reprinted the Zoo stuff, and that stuff got nerfed really hard.
Hmm.
And
I think
that was a trick
they
play
can
on,
bring
like,
back Dryden to 1, to be honest with you.
When do you guys think the list is going to drop? Actually,
I'd
I
say
I mean, any time
people
now.
are
Yeah.
saying after
What
Worlds,
was it?
but I don't think
I
it's
say
that
afterwards.
late.
Afterwards.
Yeah, I was going to say after Worlds myself.
It usually is because it's usually at Worlds, and then it kind of gets leaked a little bit. That
Yeah,
was
but
the
Worlds
general
is in a
pretension.
month.
See, it depends on the world's list is completely different.
Mm-hmm.
See, like, let's say they curb Power of Thunder Dragon, which they probably
Oh,
will. I'd say they'll probably hit a lot of danger stuff.
Mm.
You see, the dangers aren't like they're getting
I
reprinted
think
as well.
Rangers is fine. I mean,
Actually, OCG don't have dangers,
Not
do
until
they?
No, they
September.
don't.
Yeah, so, well, like, yeah, exactly. So the danger stuff's not going to be legal for Euros or Worlds.
No, I'd say
No.
probably Salamangre will win. To be honest,
They have Gazelle at 1, right?
I'd say Gazelle's going to go one.
But they have it on OCG
I-
already.
you can just play.
Yeah, but for the Worlds list, it'll definitely be at one.
Yeah.
yeah. I still think it'll still win though. But I think Circle should go to 1 more before Gazelle goes to 1.
Yeah. What do you think of
Nice.
was an Altergeist like still okay in both? You can play Altergeist for your
I could actually see that as a real contender for winning
Yeah.
Worlds.
Well, multi-fakers at 1, I think, over there.
It's not 3.
That's right.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure it's over there.
Oh, maybe it is. I'm not sure. But even
I
like,
think it's I think it's at 1.
but even now, as I was saying, you can play the new build, the new spicy build with Sangan, and just add it to your hand, or you can just spoof it and add it to your hand.
Yeah, that's to just make the
Just need it to go
thing.
through, and just don't banish you. Just don't play the Zors.
Yeah, but the only thing with that is like the deck already has enough normal summons, and I'm telling you now,
Yeah.
like the normal summons are no way to get the faker. You're actually just looking at your hand and thinking, why am I?
Yeah.
I've been several times, more times than I wanted.
They wanted to play. That's fair. What other card? You think any cards will come back?
As you said earlier, get good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or the habit, or you don't.
Just draw multi-faker. just draw it. Like, it's not that hard.
But yeah, do you think there's cards that can like come off the list that can go from 1 to 3 or from 0 to 1?
I'd like to think in a magical world that Herpes Feather Duster is going to come back to 1.
No.
There's actually no, but well, Harpy's Feather.
It's not coming
Nice
back.
Mystic Mine activate.
Like,
Imagine that.
I
Flip your
can't see
mana
it coming
still
back.
gonna
Man.
destroy it.
I think if it came back, I think it would be like the Heavy Storm kind of mentality, where the people are like, they won't set all their like
Yeah, it's
5
like
back
evenly.
row. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't think Duster's really. I suppose you could argue, like, its power is ridiculous, but I don't think it should be unbanned. But I just don't think it should be a card, to be honest with you.
Well, you think about it, like there's like all these decks where people think it's too strong, right? Like Orcus with their Crescendo and their 2 Fireblades. When you think about it, like logically, like you can bait out Crescendo and then you be like Harpy's Feather Duster. You're like, oh, okay, there goes the Fog Blades, and you're just such in a better position to play the game. Like you just have to deal with the what you call it.
Yeah, but the card could be a 1 for 4 or a 1 for 5. Like
so,
that's not fair.
Poor Paleo.
You know, or 1 for 6 even in some cases.
Yeah, True Dragon.
With a fail spell.
There was a time though that when we had Heavy Storm and like it actually wasn't that bad because it kind of put the way people played in check. People didn't just magically set 5 back row and like people could interact. Like obviously Konami aren't thinking like of bettering the game, but certain cards can come back to keep players in check and like keep the game in balance. Like out of the 3, obviously I put Heavy Storm or Giant Trinade and Heavy Storm because Heavy Storm Giant Trinade is just asking for like several OTK.
Giant Trinade be using like pendulums and stuff.
Yeah,
crazy.
Oh yeah, you could abuse the hell out of that, man. Because I was just actually going to say that I could see Scout coming back to 2 or 3, or is Scout at 2 actually? Scout's at 2 or 1. Yeah. Still at 1. Yeah, I could see coming back to 2 or 3. Like so, like Giant Trinade coming back, not a chance.
What about Shuri?
I think
Shuri, yeah, I could see that coming back. Like nobody's really playing Necros. I think there was one guy on the feature match of Euros round 7, possibly. I could be talking out my ass and around, but Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was one feature match of a guy playing Necros. But it's all the incantation stuff. It's a different deck now.
Do you think Unicorn can go back to more than one, or is it just it's too broken just to play?
Oh, the card was too
Yeah.
good, man. Being able to recycle back any Necros card,
Hmm.
yeah, and like negating the entire extra
Yeah,
deck. Like you set up a double Unicorn.
Mechanic when they like now brought in links. Yeah, they're not gonna.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Maybe, possibly to 2, but never back to 3. I couldn't say it got back to 3. No
I
way.
think what else?
Not with the incantation stuff. Like the whole deck now just searches everything. It did that before, but it does it even better now.
Trying to
I
think what
think
else.
I think if it came back to 2, the deck could be like really good, like really good. Because the fact that it's other
Yeah,
effect
but
as well.
that's not such a bad thing. Like they want more decks in the card pool.
Yeah.
But they want more decks. But we have to, from Konami's perspective, they want more products sold before they want more decks. You know,
Oh, this is what I actually
think-
said. I said as well.
But are they not reprinting Necros Cycle in the next set?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
are.
are.
They are.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised. Like maybe push a bit of the Necros stuff because all the stuff got reprinted in Dual Power.
But I think those kind of sets are more just for the nostalgia purpose. I know that players say we want to format.
Well, we all thought Shrit would never come off the list.
Everybody thought that
Brio's at 3 now,
Morphinger
isn't it?
and Card Destruction would never come off.
Brio's at 3.
Like Brio's at 3. I never thought that card would ever go back to
Yeah,
3
sure.
or even
Look at-
2 for that matter. Like I mean, so it's
Look at
possible. Like, I
Morphinger
mean, it
and
could
Card
come back
Destruction
as
though.
a
That's
deck.
crazy. Just to even think they're at 1. Like, and it's not, they're not
Yeah,
being
but,
played.
like, nobody's
yeah,
playing
they're not
them.
being played.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's a different
Yeah.
game. Different game.
It's too slow. That's what it
The
is.
game's a lot faster.
I think
Yeah,
I
that's the
think
game's
like
a lot
I think
faster.
cards now, like I think card destruction and giving it replenishing our opponent's hand, like I think is seen more as a disadvantage.
That's it. There's not many graveyard
Yeah.
effects.
But I think that's
Based
so
on, like,
funny
you-
though. Imagine playing a deck like Guru and just setting a Morphin Jar and setting on your back row and Hidden City and like auto and you flip a Morphin Jar.
Ah.
Yeah,
Like,
see,
well,
I think it seems like a good idea, and then you're playing against the Salomon Great
Yeah.
player that dumps
Yeah.
all the best
or
salad
against
cards,
Dangerous.
and then triggers a gazelle off the cards he draws.
Dangerous even worse. Effect. You're like, well, oops.
Well,
I've
I
done an
lose.
oopsie here.
Yeah, like,
and another thing I said was Dynamite going to 2 and Solemn Warning going to 2.
Yeah, I'd agree with the warning. Yeah, but Dynamite, no, I don't know. I don't think so, man.
I didn't
Card is
agree
too.
with
Card's
the warning,
good.
like, 'cause warning is like strike is already pretty powerful. Like is even more powerful. Warning is spell and trap activations as well as summons. Like
It is, but it's not being played.
But are people playing warning?
Yeah,
That's the
nobody's
thing.
playing
People
Warning.
are playing Judgment, man.
Yeah, but they're not playing it because it's at 1, and their logic thinking is the format's really fast that they won't see it. But if you have 2 or 3, you might be able to first, like you play your combo deck.
I don't know, man. I think I'd still rather strike.
Mm. Less
I don't
pain.
know. I mean, they probably would test the
Suppose.
water, bring it back to 2 slowly, and maybe
Mm.
What about even Judgment back to 2?
Judgment could come back to 3, man. Like,
Yeah, man, I could see
Oh,
that happening, or
what?
even 3.
nah,
Well, like
Judgment could
No, I
have.
think that's
in a format where time and life points are pretty relevant, yeah,
Yeah.
man. Aside from game 1, it's not going to see much play.
Also,
really.
in the OCG, they have
Maybe game 2.
they have Tribe Infecting Virus at 1.
Yeah, I could see that
But it's
coming
not
back. But
errated,
I don't know.
though.
Like Mermail is kind of semi-viable anyway,
Yeah.
so I don't
Also,
know.
Dangers. You can just discard Dangers and just keep activating.
Yeah, but would you play it in a deck that's going to play
No, I'm
Dangers?
just saying it's just free Regeki though. You keep activating.
Yeah, true.
It's crazy. It's at 1 though as well, so you're really like, will I play it?
Like, there's a
Yeah.
it's
few
kind of like
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Cyberstein kind of logic.
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly. Yeah.
and that 2 that could come back, but Konami are just like too lazy and they just don't want to bring them back. Or like, there's actually some
Well, Cyberstein.
Cyberstein. They could bring Book of Moon back. Like,
I honestly
So-
think.
Yeah, I don't know why that card is at 1. Why
Yeah, I
is
don't
that
know why
card at
Book of
1?
One is that one, but I honestly think that there's people at Konami that know these mad combos, or they might know something that you can abuse it in, and like, I'm not saying why I'm keeping this card at 1, but it's staying at 1.
Possibly.
Yeah,
Possibly.
because once
I
that gets
personally
out,
believe
we're
I
in
can
that-
get you
trouble.
thinking though, would you actually
I
take the
pers-
time to sit down and
Yeah.
go through why
Mm.
certain cards are limited?
Yeah, that's what I think. I personally believe that they don't look there's a certain point where they just don't look past, and like the only
Yeah,
reason
man,
that
I
they're
don't
kind
think they
of
got that far
Yeah.
into it. Really.
Yeah.
Like what's Book of Moon gonna do now? You against someone's like 5 or 6 monsters. Like, oh, you set one. Let me just summon my other 4 and continue my
Sure.
plays.
Like Book of Eclipse is at 3.
Yeah.
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 I just think it's honestly just generally that they should just revise everything, but they just don't. I think they're more inclined to take a card, bring a card back that was like newishly like hit, because it's still kind of in people's minds. Where I think cards that
Yeah.
are like so old, people are just like, oh, like seriously. Outside of like people on like Zodiac or whatever, just like meme and saying, oh, why is book at 3 or book at 1 or whatever.
But in fairness, though, they have been kind of dusting off
They
the
have,
shelves
yeah.
a little bit the last few
Compulse was
ban
one of
lists.
them. Bringing Compulse back to 3.
Yeah, and like Stratos. I mean, how many years did people want Stratos to come
Yeah.
back?
Yeah.
I came back.
I think it's
so,
like 5 years or something.
You know,
Yeah.
Construct as well. That was a big one. I did not expect. Or even Dark Destroyer to 3. What the
I have a
hell?
funny
Or even
story about that,
Super
actually.
Poly itself. Super
I have a
Poly,
funny
like,
story.
seriously.
Super
Yeah.
Poly, yeah.
I have a funny story now about the Dark Destroyer. Ben can confirm this.
Oh man, this guy,
So,
yeah.
I bought a full when Dark Destroyer was at 1. I bought a full Cosmo All American online, and Dark Destroyers were like $6 each. And Ben was like, "Why did you buy 3 Dark Destroyers? It's never gonna come back to 3." I was like, "I honestly think that the card is not that bad, and it can come back to 3." Next ban list it goes to 2, and Ben's like, "Oh man, you made a bit of money there." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but it's probably gonna go back to 3." And it goes back to 3, and you're like, "Man, you plus like super hard for this." You end up to like €35 each, €30 each for the secret Dark Destroyers. It's crazy, and I'm pretty sure I soloed my deck for like way more than what I bought it for. It's crazy.
It's great when that happens. I was sadly one of the chumps that shelled out like 100 quid a piece plus for Dark
Well, that's fair.
Destroyers.
At the time, like when it was relevant.
Oh, it was good. Like you had to play it. If you weren't playing it, you weren't
Yeah, fair
winning.
enough.
Actually, do you know what's another card that's limited that shouldn't be limited? Inzektor Dragonfly. Why is Dragonfly limited?
Yeah,
Specials from the deck.
Yeah, and what special summon your wing.
LP also specials
I
from
don't
the
know
deck.
what. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
and
I
it's
think
just
any,
any dragon.
I think anything that specials from the
But
deck, and honestly, I think if they hit Mirage Stalio, then I think Salaman Grace would be trash. If they banned that card,
Yeah,
it'd be
kind
proper
of
trash.
gets you there. You'd have to dump Jaguar every time you summon Gazelle.
Yeah, and then like you wouldn't really your basic combo would probably just end up with like Sunlight Wolf with the Gazelle back in your hand, basically.
We've been playing 3 Will of the
Yeah, you
Solomon
have to play
Grace.
Yeah.
2.
Foolish Burial, stuff like that.
You probably play Foolish
Probably
Burial
play 2 or
anyway.
3 Jaguars and hope this card off mining as well.
I played 2 for
Yeah.
Euros and it was pretty good.
Well,
Yeah.
opening up Jaguar
Man.
with Gazelle is arguably better than opening up Spinny.
Foxy Jaguar
Yeah.
with a Gazelle, obviously.
There's nothing else
Yeah.
that I could think of that banless I could.
No, like most of the
Yeah, like older cards. Yeah, there's nothing that really pops to mind. I mean, what about like the Ritual Beast, Hawk? I suppose that could go to 2.
Yeah, they could test it out and see. Just
3.
2.
Yeah, test. I'd say they might test the
Just
waters.
don't put macro back to 3, please. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I don't think that. I don't think anything like that should.
It's a D Fisher as well. Oh Lord.
Yeah,
Oh, what
not
about
a
this?
chance.
The Maxi issue. People are saying about Maxi coming back. I personally don't think
Nah.
it should at
No.
all. Ever.
No way, man. I'd never see that coming back. That's it. I cashed out my oldies at
Yeah.
Euros.
Maxi is
So yeah, I don't believe that card is ever coming back.
literally
No.
like,
They'll be in our thoughts and prayers forever.
Because people are like, oh,
I'll eat my words if it comes back.
yeah,
that's fair.
people are like, oh, it gives like bad decks like better chance of competing. I was like, yeah, but it gives good decks the
It
same
gives
thing.
good decks an even better chance
even a
of
better
winning.
card.
If,
Like,
if your opponent plays it out, you're probably going to draw about 20 cards. If they do like full combos, which what they do now, like Dangerous Dragons and Orcus, you're going to draw all of them. It's crazy.
What about the zoo stuff? Like I could see Dryden
Just
maybe
Dryden.
making
It's
it
just
come
not
back.
probable.
Probable, no.
no, not probable. Yeah,
Let's
but
just
right.
overlay and activate Tenki.
Like I mean, Broad Bull to 1, Dryden to 1, and like Zoo could be kind of viable again in a way.
He had that
maybe.
Shackle and Turbo for
Probably
like the
not.
longest time, but it just never worked.
Nah. Yeah, I think Master Rail just killed
Yeah,
it. The fact that you can't just spam the lane or the XEs the way you used to be able to.
yeah.
That deck was
Like double
class. I
Dryden,
love that
remember?
deck.
You
Oh
bring
man,
one back with no
Rapier.
material.
What a
What was it?
card.
You someone back off the what card was it? The specials back a Zodiac monster in XYZ.
Uh,
Not. Oh, you just
oh,
activate the rat effect, was it? No, what the rat effect?
no. You can detach a material when Rat has
Yeah,
equipped the special Rat from
yeah,
deck.
yeah.
But there was another XE. Oh, I can't
Was
even
it
think
Tiger
of the name
Mortar?
of it myself. No. Tiger Motor equipped one. Damn. It was the last one printed actually. It was an ultra rare.
Shakanine.
I can't think of the name. No, it wasn't.
Mhm.
Was it
Yeah,
Shakanine?
Shakanine.
Yeah,
That's
Shakanine.
what it was,
Yeah.
sorry, Shakanine. Yeah, Shakanine, bro.
Oh, it was a really good
I actually
card.
can't remember all the Zodiac.
There's
Wow, man.
Borbo.
Hammer Kong.
Borbo, Hammer. Oh, yeah. There's Borbo was the yoke, the XYZ, the rare. And then there was, Hammer Kong, the common.
I've
Then there was Tiger Mortar. Then Brobble. Then Dryden, I think.
tried and
And
Shakanine.
Shakanine.
Yeah,
Is there anything
man, I missed that deck. It was
that people
good.
can think of that like could be limited or like in the current format? Because I'm just thinking like the few that we've said.
Yeah,
Yes,
just
another one,
Like Colossus, multi-roll.
Sayuji.
multi-roll.
Yeah, Saryuji. Yeah.
Circle or Gazelle.
Yeah, Circle or Gazelle, not both.
Yeah.
A bit harsh between both.
Yeah, I
I'd
honestly
say
think
more likely Gazelle.
I think Circle should be more so than Gazelle because I think if you open Gazelle and Circle gets you anything else,
Yeah,
whereas
fair.
Gazelle kind of just limits you to trying to just do your basic combo, whereas kind of like Circle gets you the foul if you want to end up with like extending forward and stuff like
And
that.
chain
So
block.
opening Gazelle on its own is kind of
If you were to be Konami and Hash, I'd probably do, to be honest, because they printed Signet mining at free, so you could limit the circle and limit the
Yeah,
Gazelle.
they don't like you adding cards. Like, look at Debug. Did they hit Debug?
Gazelle is a pretty powerful.
I
Rhoda.
wrote it. Yeah.
I think if they limited both, I think that'd be really harsh though.
Well,
Yeah.
no, that could still play. It would just
Yeah, man. Like one Gazelle's all you need.
obviously.
It kind of reminds you of like Infernities back then, one where it's like they had the one archway and then the one barrier. Like you're kind of just continuing to try other things.
Yeah, it could still do the stuff.
Mm.
I mean, obviously it'll hit the power of the deck a lot, but
Equal hits.
I mean, if other decks are put in check as well in line with it, like I don't see why not.
Mm.
There's nothing they.
Any extra deck monsters?
I
I
don't think
think
they.
overall though, I think the format was actually pretty good. I think for they had 4 top decks and they were all good. They all had their advantages, disadvantages. I just think over the course of a larger event, I just think the consistency beats power in most cases. That's why Salamangreats.
Yeah,
And in
Yeah.
terms of their price range as well, so their representation would be so much higher. I honestly think if Salamangreats were a lot more expensive, I don't think they would have won as much events because I don't think.
And we wouldn't have as many attempts.
Yeah,
Like Salomon Greats literally were basically like pocket change for most people, and they could bring decks with a couple.
I think even people that didn't intend on playing it were buying the structure
Yeah.
decks.
yeah.
But then even then they were like, "Oh, this is really good. I'm starting to win games. Oh, Signet Mining's gonna win me more games. So let's invest into this." And they're like these casual players that are gonna start moving up because of this deck.
And it's the best deck to play.
Yeah, well, like Ash
like
Blossom
hand
getting
traps
the
and all.
reprint was pretty
Yeah.
good.
Like it's the Phantasme, it's able to main like 15 hand traps and still
Yeah.
play.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like if you're playing Orcust, you literally can't, like at most you can probably main 3 Ash
Yeah. That's it.
and then you have to have a big load of combo pieces. Whereas like Salamangreat is just like open up like 2 cards, go full ham and sit there with like 4 hand traps and be like, and a 4 hand traps and a roar, and your opponent's not gonna do anything like.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Or Rage Dweller,
yeah,
my
that's
favorite. That
the
was
thing. Yeah.
just winning me all of my matches.
Yep. Can't chain block the Saruja, so you can freely hit it with anything you want.
So we've been going on now for a good hour and 10 minutes. It's a good start.
Oh yeah, no, time flies when you're having fun. So
Yeah, that's it when you're discussing all this good stuff. Not sure if we Should we wrap it up or not?
Yeah, we can.
I
We
think
can
an
wrap
hour
it
and
up
10 minutes pretty long.
today,
Yeah.
and then with the future podcasts, we might make them longer. If
That's it. Yeah.
we want to come back to the topic.
That's it. Yeah, sure.
Right.
Give us the
Yeah,
feedback and let us
exactly.
know, guys.
Any last words?
Variance is a big thing in the game. We will be discussing in the podcast because I
Yeah, I
must
think I
say
promised Ben I'd say stuff about variants, but we didn't get around to it.
I have a lot
So
to
you have to
say.
get in the next. Yeah, you do. Okay.
Well, what deck do you think is going to win the weekend? This big
Oh, we have a
Gamers
big-
World
yeah, big-
Tournament triple
Oh,
boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bill Stuff's Ultimate
yeah,
Tournament.
man.
What's gonna win?
Bill with the surprise tournaments, they're good. They win. Anyone who can play Danger Thunder well or Sky Striker well.
So Keen
I
or
think
Dylan?
Hang on, yeah. What about me playing Yo Senji?
Senji's the wise man. It takes skill, man.
Or ABC?
Takes
Those
skill
battle
to
faders,
takes skill to activate slumber and normal Kama 1, Kama 2, Kama 3, and then bounce.
We'll see now. Gonna go X3 drop and then just win the event on Sunday, the Goats
That's it.
tournament. Yeah, it's the only game I'm good at.
Yeah.
I think like a lot of people out here locals like play that Draco mine and that what you call that, Yamato or something, and then they activate mine and
Mano
and
Awato.
you're just like, what? Like I can't do shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Testing that earlier, man. The combo's pretty good.
Yeah, it's just like you can't do shit. Like it's not even funny.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying here. Like normal summon, you're like, well, they're shut down.
Yeah, and like
It's the worst, man. I've been in situations set up with the Dweller and all, and then they just go, yeah, main phase, and then normal the Amano. I'm like, well, I lose the
But the
deal
thing
now.
is, the players have
because
the
I was trying
audacity.
to play
They have
around
the
in
audacity
permanents.
to normal summon the mana and go activate duality any response. You're like, I can't respond. They're like, oh yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to rub it in.
Just wanted to flex super hard here. Oh, I'm gonna add the Moyes now. You're like, oh, lovely. Response to the Moyes.
yeah, must ask
Yeah,
for
I'm gonna
response
pick up my
every
deck.
single time.
Man, you got to do it at the big events. You got to make it clear on all your plays, or you can really get sharked. I'm telling you,
There could be
you got to do it at the big
there
events.
could be 30 seconds left on the clock. Back to back.
Don't. Oh no.
Oh yeah, well you just go into gotta go fast mode if that's the case.
Oh,
I mean, I had one of those deals. I think Luke, were you standing behind me when I did that?
oh.
In time against the guy, and I made Avermax, and he was like, "Yes, I can't get over this. You win the duel." Absolutely turboed into Helio to make us do 0, attacked for 23, and then made Avermax and Memphis too. And he was like, "Yeah,
That was like Jake Quincy
And
at Euros. I literally thought the sped
yeah."
up, and I was like,
Oh man,
he's literally gone.
I was like, yeah, I'm not even adding cards back off Wolf or
Yeah.
anything. I'm gonna pay the price here if something goes wrong. But
Man, that Jake Quincy
if not, I win the
had
duel.
like 10 seconds. He literally I've never seen somebody.
I think the judge call was right though.
Oh yeah, it was it was.
But the thing was,
He was literally trying to run the clock down. I mean, it was
who
clear.
was Joshua?
Joshua, yeah,
but
man. That does not change the game state
Yeah, he
whatsoever.
still had enough damage to kill him. Well, to do more damage.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's it. He had enough to win the duel.
Yeah, what that was with the Boral, wasn't it? Like he
Boral,
was like, it's not
Borrowload.
No, Boral, it was.
Like, what do you think about like?
Yeah, it was Borrowload, because if it was Boral sword, he would have won.
It's Borrowload.
Oh no, he wouldn't, because he wouldn't be able to put the.
No, he would have. He would have put the Gersu in the fence mode.
Yeah.
Or yeah, it was Dingusu. That's
Yeah.
the one. So yeah, no, it was Borrowload.
But yeah.
So to be able to do the 2100 per game. Yeah, no, like I think they're the judge calls that should be made.
Mhm.
Yeah, because like if I
Stop
think
this.
if your opponent, like so many times I've been playing against people and they draw a card, they waste like about 10-15 seconds on a card that has no application to any part of the game state. Like, 'cause I
Yeah, like
remember,
there's back row that doesn't advance their game state as well, and they keep checking.
yeah, like what are you
Yeah.
thinking about? All you have to do is either set it or not. Like it doesn't do anything. It doesn't cause anything. So why are you taking so long and you're just wasting time? I think things like that should really be addressed. Like or like
The worst
plan
part
from-
is though when you call somebody and say, can you please pick up the pace, and you actually feel like an asshole for doing
yeah,
it.
you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah.
I mean, I had to do it against a good friend of mine, Luke O'Brien, at Nationals. I think round 2. I had to ask him to speed up. I think there was 2.5 minutes left on the clock, and I knew full well what was in his hand, so I knew there was nothing he could do. But he didn't, like, based on what was going on. I mean, there was a high stress situation where it was either player's game. But I knew full well his board wasn't going to amount to anything I couldn't be able to get over to do the damage per game, as long as he was playing at a reasonable speed. So I did have to ask him to pick up the pace, and being the sound bloke that he is, he did actually pick up the pace, and I won the deal because of it. But I mean, if it had been a Snake or anybody was going to take the chance to do it, they would have done it in a heartbeat.
It's a really slimy thing. That's another thing we can
So
talk about.
You need honest players.
Is the time rule and how it's being abused and how it could be fixed. That's another day. But
that's
I
a
think that's
whole
probably a
other
separate
day.
podcast.
Yeah,
on
that's what I'm
its
saying.
own.
It's another man. Yeah, definitely.
You could definitely argue for about an hour over that. But
Yeah, 100%. Because there definitely is ways that you can not completely fix it, but adjust it to be more like.
I think they could honestly do it. They could definitely do something where it's just like you have a 3-turn rule or whatever it is, but you have a time limit on the turn.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like you have like
that would actually, that would make sense.
Well, at max, you get 2 minutes to turn, and you have 3 turns or something like that. Like at least that way, it kind of like if you're gonna slow play, at least then you're wasting your turn as opposed to.
That's it. You lose because of your slow play.
If the 2 minutes passes, you automatically pass turn. You
to the other player, exactly. Yeah. I think that makes a little bit more sense because it's not going to be abused. You're going to take as much time advantage as you can, and then if you waste it, you're wasting your own time as opposed to wasting your opponent's time and your opponent getting stressed. And like, I mean, there's nothing worse than sitting in time knowing that you have game and your opponent's just there farting about like making combos that do absolutely nothing, and you're just like seriously, like
I've seen people linking away ball swords to make Phoenix for absolutely no reason other than to stall for time.
Ian, I know you're
because you can do.
I know you're really strongly about.
Fucking right, I do.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, another day, anyways, for the time rule discussion and the judge calls, because it's definitely something that we need to express more about. And variance, Ben. Don't worry, we'll talk about variance. Variance and consistency and all deck building strategies. It's another thing we can look upon. But
that's it. If there's anything else you guys want us to bring up in the next podcast or for a future podcast,
or even ask us questions if you have any questions.
Yeah,
we can answer some of your questions. That'd be really helpful. So yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up because we all have. Well, most of us are working in the morning. And it's getting late, so we're gonna have to shut this down. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys, and really give us your feedback on us because we're really
we'd like to get this going.
It's a little kickstart for us, so hopefully it takes off and we see where it goes from there. So thanks very much, guys, and thanks for listening. Cheers.
Peace.